Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm feeling better than I have in a long, long time. So that's all good. My hip is still sore and tender from the hip replacement, but to be expected. There's no surprises, and I got meds that address that, and I just am very grateful that I'm getting better. The my wound on my radiation wound on my left tibia is healing, and I think we're getting ready to change the medicines because we're very close in it being where we want it to be. So on all my ridiculous effing medical issues, everything's improving, and I still plan on being in St. Louis for the pay per view, and excited about that. Can't wait. I look at the calendar every day, and it's still the same date, still the same arena, and tickets are doing well for that event at aewtix.com. So good stuff, and I regret that I missed going to West Virginia because I got this biscuit place there called Tutors, Tudors. It's badass, man. Homemade biscuits, and
Well,
served any way you want them, with gravy, with sausage, with bacon, whatever, or just by themselves. It's really, really good. Raphael Morphy and I went there uh, both times that we've been. The two times I remember that we went to Charleston. Tudor's Biscuits. If you're from that area, you know it very well. Oh yeah, I'll go there. I've been there. So it's funny what little things you pick up on, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. But I am looking forward to going to St. Louis, and one of my favorite cities. I think because of the legacy that Sam Muchnick created there as the promoter. You know, I've always been amazed, Conrad. You're a big time promoter. It's funny how a promoter can run one town essentially and make them a living. It's just to me that's an amazing entrepreneurial accomplishment. So,
to run
I
one town and make a living.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean you run it once a month or every 3 weeks, whatever it may be.
Right.
But to me that's a hell of a. You're an entrepreneur if you do that. You are a promoter, and both those guys, Bosch and Muchnick, had one thing in common. They got out in the community and used a little shoe leather. They knew who everybody was that could help them sell tickets. And so I always admired that. You know, even though I didn't see eye to eye all the time with Mr. Bosch, uh, who cares? It's a difference of opinion. Uh, but those guys are they're nobody could do that anymore. Wouldn't happen because of the social media and all those things, overexposure, keeping things quiet. So no surprises would become very faint, very fleeting. So good stuff. But I had a good time with those guys. I learned a lot from Mr. Bosch and from Sam. I asked Sam one time about how he handled uh, the talents because he didn't have a lot of talent problems because he could communicate with them. That was the answer. He communicated and he talked to them like men. And the guys, I think, appreciated that, especially in that old school era.
You said you had some philosophical differences with Paul Bosch. I got to circle back to that. Can you expound on that? What do you mean, what were your philosophical differences?
Just lots of times regarding finishes, uh, he didn't, you know, there's a difference of opinion on when it's time to lose. Uh, and Cowboy had a theory of booking that you extend the story as long as it's realistic and those dots are being connected. And so I sometimes Paul was impatient, but he built a hell of a business there. There's no doubt about that. I always enjoyed going to his office. Old Bruce Pritchard and I would get we ate Mexican food. I think it was. It was awful good for lunch every time I went down there. He'd pick me up at the airport. We'd stop off and eat. I can't remember the name of it. Bruce would know. But in any event, it was really good. And the other thing I was going to say was that Bosch's office, the hallway, his office, the outer office, uh, had great memorabilia. Absolutely great memorabilia. I wonder what happened to all that. I'm sure somebody monetized it.
Bruce has most of it.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good collection, man.
He bought it from the estate. So he's got like his entire basement. He's got like an informal office and a formal office. Like he's got a wing of his house that's basically floor to ceiling all the stuff that Bosch had.
Wow, that's good. Well, good. I'm glad to know that.
Yeah.
See what we learned today, kids? It's not lost in space. You think WWE will call on Bruce to buy some stuff for their show that they do, the memorabilia show?
I'm pretty sure Ben knows he can borrow whatever he needs from Bruce.
Yeah.
Just guessing.
Right. Absolutely. Well, anyway, and then this weekend for me, I found myself watching a lot of wrestling, almost to the point of overload. I a couple of times I thought I might want to set the reset button. So it's just so much, including not just WrestleMania, AEW products. I was watching all of that stuff on Vice. I was watching that.
A&E
too, yeah.
They're everywhere.
So wrestling is topical and timely. And as they say, and we've said here many times, Conrad, I think you and I both agree on this point, is that a high tide raises all ships.
Oh, absolutely.
So hopefully that'll carry over and be accurate and true.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.